Hi guys! Oh my god, I'm finally here again. Hi guys, I've missed recording for so much. Who would have known, right? That I would get to love this so much. Sometimes for the past 1 month I've been preparing for my midterm exams, trying to submit assignments, So yeah, like they say, grad school is the actual ghetto. So yeah, but so today I'm bringing you our most awaited episode. Woo! We're having our first guest with my very good friend Pearl Abue. So we recorded this episode that you're about to listen to about 2 months ago. And as it is with life, things change, decisions change, But the overarching theme of the episode is still to inspire hope, is still to inspire hard work, and faith and trust in God. And I hope that that doesn't change after you listen to it. Either way. So I'm putting out the disclaimer just to protect the credibility of my guests. And I'll still like to give a shout out to my friend Pearl for still allowing me to publish this episode, even though things might still be uncertain right now. But that's probably just you still here. And especially if you're following my Instagram and my Twitter. Like, see, I'm not the one to care about following and followers, or please, I don't have strength for that. But I'm just like, if you I just feel like the gist would make more sense, or would be, if it's me, I mean, that's what I would do. I would follow you everywhere so that I don't miss a beat. So if you're keen on following me on Instagram and Twitter just to keep up to date, you should do that. If you're probably on the podcast website, I have linked those. I've linked both of the social media there. And yeah, so I still remember when Pearl and I recorded this episode. It was on the day, that's a fun fact, it was on the day that I started showing symptoms for COVID, and I unfortunately gave my friend Pearl COVID too. But we survived it, and that's something I plan to share in a subsequent episode. And that night I just kept telling her, Pearl, if we don't record this episode this night, I just have a feeling I'm going to wake up and not be in the mood tomorrow, and I don't want to have to do this over Zoom. And then when we now listen to it after, we just kept giggling, and we're like, oh my god, we did it, Joe, we did it, girl, we did it. And we're so happy that we recorded it. And I'm also so happy too, because right now I'm about to release it. So round of applause for our first guest, round of applause for her. So I went to Texas for the winter break, and I have pictures of that on Instagram. You can see like things we did. She took me to a museum. She made coconut rice for me. I had quite a bit of fun. So yeah, it was fun while it lasted. So this is something we just did together, and best believe I have a whole lineup of other guests for you guys, and I'm hoping that God will give me the time and the grace to manage my time wisely, so I'll be able to do all these interviews, and make all these appointments that I need to make, because it's getting bloody out here. The exam I wrote today, there was just smoke everywhere, and I don't even know if I still burnt the questions. It's all these kind of exams where, everybody's just quiet when they are done, because people start giving up. 25 questions. If you're on Twitter, you would have seen me ranting. 25 questions for 3 hours. They still added extra 30 minutes. Some people like me, our exam still submitted by itself, meaning we did not finish. But my God don't wear flip-flop. He don't wear flip-flop. So I'm confident. Okay, this extra intro is getting too long. Bye. Enjoy the episode. And please don't forget to like. Okay, you can probably like, but don't forget to share, review it. Send me a message, send me an email, share with your friends and all your friends that are studying abroad. Let us all grow this community. Thank you very, very much. And I'll see you next episode. Bye, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to the Non-Immigrant Student Podcast. Today I'm especially happy because I have my first guest on this podcast, and she's no other than Dr. Pearl Abue.
Oh my God,
my friend, my ex-roommate,
Oh my god.
my general secretary,
Oh.
my the vanilla. What do I say? The cream to my Oreos.
Yeah.
The sunlight to my what was that thing I always
I
say?
don't know. I need to read that card again. It wasn't the card.
Yeah, and then what else do I call you? There's something to my diamond. Pearl to my diamond. Yeah. Okay.
Hi guys.
Yeah. Oh, hey. We're not introducing you yet.
Okay.
So today we're just here. Today is Sunday, January 10th, 2021, I believe. 9:42 p.m. CST. Timestamp. And I'm just here sipping a cup of green tea, lime juice, and honey. While Pearl has her orange juice here. We're just trying to get into the mood for this podcast. And today we're going to be talking about why she dropped out of PhD. Why she dropped out of PhD with a twist of faith, actually. With a twist of faith. And so this particular episode rather, is for PhD students. And I just want you to know that, there's still like glimmer in the dust, like even though you have 5 years ahead of you, anything can go wrong and anything can become right. Let me just leave that for Pearl to say. So Pearl, introduce yourself. I'm not going. Okay, first of all, let me ask the question so you're going to introduce yourself, your past, your present, where you're going, how we met. I'll let you give your version of the story of how we met. Then I will clarify any misconstrue in. What's the correct word?
Misconstrue. I guess.
Whatever. Okay, so yeah, over to you, P.
Alright. Hi guys. Hi. So my name is Pearl Abue. Currently a PhD student at the University of Texas at Austin.
Yes, girl.
In the Chemistry department. Chemistry for chemical engineering. I also study chemical engineering during my undergrad. I was Tolu's course mate for 5 years. Oh my gosh. And it was quite the 5 years.
And you were the upstairs girl and I was the downstairs girl.
Yeah, temporarily. And then we became roommates. And before we became roommates, we have been friends for a while. We worked together. I was her general secretary. And it was amazing because I feel like God really directed Tools to me at that point in time. I really needed that opportunity and it came at the best time and we worked together, and at that moment I was like, Tools, whenever you need me to be your general secretary, I'm always here. And that was the beginning of a very amazing journey. Then we were roommates and I was her general secretary again during our convocation, and since then we've been inseparable. I don't know if you guys know that people set their friends P's, but Tools was one of my friends that I said her P. I was like,
no, you didn't set my P.
I must be this girl's friend. Please.
When? Don't lie. Jeez, I'm not the one that came to meet you. Oh, girl. Oh, yeah. Spill that juice.
I was setting Tools P
How?
on that G. I was
What
like,
level?
oh my God, I need to be this girl's friend. Like, after I worked with you, I was like, it's not just working thing. Like, we actually have to be friends. Then you were as Joy's roommate, and I would like come to buy eggs. That time, I was just like, I must be close to Tools. And Tools is close to all the girls. That I'm just like, oh my God, I want to be close to these girls. So I made sure that I qualified.
My head has reached the roof of
that's
this
the
room.
point here. That I qualified, and oh my God, I did. And like today, we're sitting down in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
Tools is right next to me. She came to see me, of
I
course,
know.
because she absolutely loves me. And where I'm going. So I still have a couple of years to go on my PhD. I'm kind of in my second year, but when I get into the story, you guys will understand that really well.
Mm-hmm.
And after this, I really want to go into air quality consulting, but you'll know more about my research when I talk about my journey in total. So yes, guys, I'm really looking forward
all
to
these Glasgow accents.
Of course, I've always spoken so amazingly, but you know
oh
that.
My goodness, rolling my eyes, Pearl. Okay. Okay, so first of all, she doesn't. There's nothing to clarify aside from the fact that so my version of the story of how I met Pearl was, and what I meant by upstairs girl, downstairs girl, when we came into Common University. So girls whose names, like surnames, were A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. They were on a different floor upstairs. And the rest of us, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P to Z, were downstairs. So Pearl was like, so we had the chem girls who were like upstairs girls. Shout out to all Common University students, you get that. When Esther Hall, you were on B400, right?
Yeah,
and I was on
B400.
C100 floor. And then Yeah, so Pearl was like the most friendly of them all. No shades from my other chem girls. And then,
Really?
and then,
Wait, I mean, my head is sweating.
please get up. And then, so in 300 level, when I was approached by, shout out to Aina Davis, Jethro, Sam Marcos, these are people who came to me and were like, oh, we see what you do with the National Society of Chemical Engineers, the Covenant University Student Chapter, and would like you to be the college week chairman for CST and COE, which is College of Science and Technology and College of Engineering. I was like, oh, of course, but I'm scared, and all of that. And then Jethro talked me into it, and then I became that. And of course, I had to build my team. And a lot of my team had my friends because I knew no other person, but I was willing to like trust them. And so I met Pearl because I didn't even know why. For the fact that I don't know why makes me think, oh, it was destiny. And I met her one day in the bathroom, and I was like, should I ask Pearl? Because I was really looking for someone, right? And you ran for general secretary with Ofuri.
And Ofuri won.
And back then, Ofuri was my friend. So, of course, I voted Ofuri. But I felt bad because I thought Pearl was my friend too.
Oh, God.
And then, so that's why I was like, I should ask Pearl to also be a general secretary, sort of the college week stuff. And that was how I asked her and approached her. And she said yes. And then in 500 level, when I was also approached to join the convocation planning committee by Dia. Shout out to you, Dia. Shout out to you. Regal Set 2018. So, and I called on Pearl again because of her extreme work ethic, her dedication, you remember you're the one who created the whole templates for the book drive and all that. So I could trust, just working with people that
I actually did that. Oh my God.
Yeah, we get it from here. Yeah, so people that you can trust. And so that was how friendship. And yeah, we were friends in 400 level. Alpha semester. That's what we call first semester in CU. And shout out to our third roommate, Bisola.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, who taught us to eat suya and gari.
Oh my God, suya and gari, ewaji.
No, I taught you to eat ewaji.
You taught me to eat?
Was it not me?
I can't remember.
Ewaji is ewa going, by the way. But, please, fast forward. So that's how our friendship has been going strong. And then she came to the US. I'm also in the US. I arrived in the US November 2nd, 2020. And of course, you will get to know my journey better in the subsequent episodes. But I'm here in Austin for Christmas. I was supposed to even go to California. See how I'm feeling myself. My uncle booked a ticket for me.
We travel, guys.
Yeah.
We travel.
That was the plan. That's the thing. Like, as a non-immigrant student, never limit yourself. Don't tell yourself you just came here for the books, girl.
No, you came here for the experience.
Yes, I came here to start a new life. I'm just going through the path of school. So, so I'm really open-minded to it. And somehow, my younger sister, Tammy, shout out to you, who just finished her master's at Durham University, UK, always told me to not have a poverty mindset. Even if the money our parents are sending us, you feel like it's not enough, don't go thinking, oh, I have to do this, I have to sell. Because I sold so many African print clothes to bring to the US to sell, to the African community. I was like thinking of ways to sustain myself. Meanwhile, there's God, and I and Faith share similar faith of Christianity. So, yeah, you probably get to know more about that because the twist of faith we mentioned earlier was an act of God. We cannot accrue that kind of testimony to anybody else. Not the universe, not the, what else they call God? The universe, manifestation, and all that crap. Nope. We can only accrue it to God. Yeah, so, Pearl, so tell us, what was your journey like? So when you finished Covenant University in 2018, when did you come to the US? How did you choose your school? I know you applied to Yale University and UT Austin, Texas. So why did you choose here? I'm trying to phrase the question properly. Why did you choose to come to the US? What's your grad school journey, essentially?
Okay, so
up until the date of resumption.
Okay. That's a very deep question, but okay, guys, let's take you down this road. Very interesting road. So right from time, I've always told my friends that my dad, shout out to my dad.
Yeah, CBN daddy. I'll put that out there.
Shout out to my dad. I absolutely love that man so much. Yeah, so my dad has always been an academic person. He got into Columbia University when I was really young, but he didn't have the funds to go. So it had always been his dream that his children would go to Ivy Leagues. No matter what, you're going to go to an Ivy League. I mean, shout out to the man right now. He's going to Harvard for the Harvard Executive Business School. I really have to shout him out, guys. I really have to. Mm-hmm. So my journey started with him, actually. I knew that after graduating, I was going to go for masters. And the question was where. So school ended. Like our graduation wasn't up until July. School ended in about May. And then I got home and I started looking for where I would have GRE lessons, asked a bunch of friends, found the first place that was absolutely a waste of my time. And then I finally found the second place, which became my home.
Do you want to shout out to that?
Yeah, definitely shout out to Exam Planet. Some people call them Mac Ivy, I think.
Where?
They are both in Lagos and Abuja, actually, and they were just absolutely amazing. Shout out to David Utomi and DI also for the plug, because yeah, need to shout out the plugs. But yeah, so I started my GRE lesson in about September, and I had just come back from US. I was here for the first time in DC for vacation. It was so amazing, by the way. I had so much fun, guys. I was just like, I need to come back to this country. But yeah, that's by the way. Yeah, so I came back and I started my GRE lessons in September. When I started, I had to also look for schools, and at the time, I really didn't know how to search for schools. I was doing it all by myself, and knowing my dad, I knew that like top criteria would be top 10 schools in the US. So I searched for the top 10 schools. Obviously, the Ivy Leagues are the top 10 schools with a few other schools. But then I think I spoke to someone, and then they were like, think about what you want to do in grad school and then go after that. Now, my initial aim was actually a master's. So I decided to search for the best chemical engineering grad schools. Actually, no, I decided to search for the best environmental engineering grad schools, because that's honestly where my passion lies, in just taking care of the environment, basically. And a bunch of schools came up. The number one school, I can't remember what it was, but UT Austin was number 4 that year. And I was just like, okay, this school looks cool. Checked it out. Their environmental engineering program, spectacular. I remember the person that I really wanted to work for. It was just amazing. So yeah, UT Austin was my top choice. Yale was the second school that was my other choice. Canada was supposed to be an option, but like I couldn't really find anything I was interested in there. And I'm just like, I'm not going to go after anything I'm not interested in. So, I started my applications while I was still preparing for GRE. My GRE was the second week of October, and I wrote my GRE then. I had quite a good score. Some people think it was amazing. I had a 320 in GRE, I guess. Yeah, that's what I had.
Good girl. Please. Yeah, oh my God, I forgot to mention. So in our class, what number were you? I knew you graduated top 10. Right?
Yeah, I don't know what number was.
No point for forcing me. Don't tell me you don't know what you were.
I actually don't know.
But okay, wait. I think so. But I know you finished at 4.8 or 9.
4.74.
4.74. Yeah, that's my friend, guys. That's my friend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so my GRE was great. Yeah, my GRE was great. And then after GRE came camp. So my applications took a pause. So I went to NYC camp, worst experience of my life, got out of camp, jumped right into working, and I also still had to write TOEFL.
So wait, would you do camp again or NYC? Like the rest of the 9 months, or you do which if you had to choose
I would
one?
do the rest of the 9 months.
Really?
Camp, yes.
I would do camp again, but I would not do those 9 months.
Camp. Please,
but
guys,
Abuja was more chill than
whoever
Lagos.
is listening to this podcast, if you want to go to camp, don't go to the camp in Abuja, because that is an absolute. Don't
Camp in Lagos.
They
Camp in
say that
Lagos was
rich people
chill,
are there. Of course, yes, rich people are there, but the camp is a horrible experience. Don't go there.
LOL.
Go to Lagos.
But that's the point. That's the point. Your camp might not be nice, but those remaining 9 months in Abuja chilled. Clearance is not like Sofa Head in Lagos.
The remaining 9 months in Abuja chill. You can redeploy after camp in Lagos. Don't go to camp in Abuja.
I even think this guy came to our camp. All those our night stuff we used to do. What's the name of this guy that is in Maven Records? His name starts with R. Ricardo Banks. I think he came. Yeah, I think I enjoy Lagos camp, but the rest, the clearance.
Yeah, no.
It brings
the
out
rest
the worst
of 9
in you.
months.
It brings out the worst in you.
Absolutely unnecessary. Abuja rest of 9 months, beautiful, but the camp experience, don't do it.
Okay,
anyway,
sorry for cutting.
That's fine. So I came back from camp, and then I had to write TOEFL, and camp ended sometime in November. So I took off 3 weeks to prepare for my TOEFL. My applications were mostly closing the first week of December. UT Austin was closing on the 5th of December. Yale was closing on the 15th of December. And I mean, wrote TOEFL. TOEFL was also really good. I've found people that did better, but TOEFL was good.
Tell us your score.
What did I score? I think a 111 out of 120. So that was also...
Was it 111 or 112?
111
Okay.
or 110 even, but I don't know, one something out of 120. And I finished up my applications. And yeah, I applied to UT Austin only runs a PhD program in chemical engineering, while Yale runs a master's program. And I felt like I was going to get into Yale since it was a master's program over a PhD program in UT Austin. However, in the first week of January, I got a call from the the recruitment advisor here in UT Austin. And she was like, "Congratulations, Pearl. I just called to tell you that you got into UT Austin." She's like, "Oh my God." And I was at work that day. I think I was screaming in the place that I took call because that was the best news I had.
Do you remember when at work we spoke on the phone and then you told me you got into UT Austin, and I left my table and I went to the canteen and I was just there shouting that, "Pearl, you don't mean it. You're going to the US. Oh my goodness."
And it was so amazing, guys. Like that happened. And then like I got my offer letter. I was fully funded. These were things I forgot to check. Like all these things you should know to check before you start your grad school journey. Check if the school has funding. I forgot to check this. But
how do they check?
You can find most of this information on the website page. But like if you don't find it there, feel free to email your grad coordinator. Like emails will save you a lot. Anything you don't find, just send an email and ask the question. They will reply. Like for my Nigerian crowd listening to this, I know that a lot of you don't know how to ask questions. I used to be like that, but like send your questions. They will answer you. They want you to ask questions. They want to be sure you know everything you're doing. So just ask your questions. You'll get a response. So, so I got my offer. I was fully funded. That was amazing. I was really excited. My dad wasn't going to have to pay for any fees. It was amazing. All he had to was buy tickets. Wonderful. This is what we want to hear. I also had like a stipend from a GRE appointment. So that was good. Do you mind
sharing how much?
I mean, it was significant. It was about 30K annually, which I know for Nigerians sounds like a lot, but like, I mean, here it's just management lifestyle, but you'll be fine. Like,
you're proud.
It's enough for you to survive comfortably. You'll be okay. You won't lack.
And my friend is so bougie. Like in our apartment, she say cool things.
Guys,
I wish I could do a video to support this podcast. Like she buys the most bougie things. I'm like, wait, why do you need this?
Completely unnecessary. This is not relevant information.
And now excuse me, please. She's now like Steve Jobs' first daughter. Or doesn't even have children. I don't know. All your Apple buys, and we're so proud of you. She makes me feel like my friend, and that's something I learned from her. You know, don't be so frugal with money to yourself. Buy the things you like to buy.
Yes, guys.
Of course, we're saving. I know she saves a lot.
Yeah, you need to save, but just learn how to be happy. Like, don't save to the point that you're not happy. Like you're struggling. Like, be happy and
your next buy is a car, right? I can't wait.
By God's grace, amen. Praise Jesus.
Amen.
Can I get an amen crowd? So I got my offer letter, and then I started. Like, I had already decided I was going to come to UT Austin because I preferred their research anyway. I had decided that I was just going to do the PhD anyway.
So did you get into Yale?
I didn't get into Yale, guys. Guess what? The school I thought I was going to get into, I didn't get into Yale. I got their rejection letter sometime in February, and just after their rejection letter came, I got a scholarship offer from the grad school at UT Austin. So I was going to be getting a scholarship in addition to my fully funded admission offer.
What's the name of the scholarship? The Cochrane something?
No, it was
fellowship?
Afren Endowment Scholarship. It's from the grad school. It was from the dean, so it was just amazing based on my outstanding academic record. I was like, damn, I didn't know my academic record was outstanding, guys. But thanks, I really appreciate it. You get her here. So yeah, that happened, and that happened. I accepted my offer to UT Austin. Then I started making preps for visas, and that's also a process. It's actually very basic. It's all on the website. Just apply for your visa, go for your interview. That time was also rocky. That was when they stopped the entire Dropbox thing in Nigeria, so it was pretty rocky. But
could you renew your tourist visa for a student visa?
No. But like, either way, I had to do an interview, but like they had stopped giving out dates that period as well because of the entire Dropbox thing. So it was really, when would they start giving? But anyway, dates came out. I had my interview. My interview was the bomb. I was asked only 5 questions that were really like,
tell us.
Yeah, the first question was, so why do you apply to such big schools? And I was just like, Well, they were the only schools that had what I wanted, so I only applied to those 2 schools because I didn't see why I should apply to other schools. And then they were like, "Okay, what do your parents do?" And I told them that, and yeah, it was like, "Okay, so pick up your visa."
So the remaining 3 questions.
The first one was what 2 schools you applied to. The second one was why those big schools. The third one was what do your parents do. I can't actually remember the remaining.
Yeah, but I know that I remember your visa process being really easy.
Yeah.
I was wishing that we had that.
Yeah, it was just very
Straight
to the point.
Not too much
buzz. Exactly, nothing excessive.
Exactly.
Very basic questions that you would expect to have answers to. So,
and sorry, extra tip. I feel like if everything is straightforward with you and your application, and like you already have funding, which is common for PhD students,
Yeah.
I feel like your interview should be a breeze. If you didn't get it, then there's something wrong, because it's like you should get it, and as long as everything is transparent, you should definitely get it.
Yeah. There's really nothing, like, you should get your visa. Most of, like, actually you should. They're not out to get you, contrary to popular belief.
Yeah.
They're not out to get you. So yeah, that happened, and then my trip was set for the 8th of August, 2019.
Yeah.
And my family members love me so much, so of course they opted to come here with me because they're like, let's go on vacation. So they came here on their vacation, and yeah, to my start dates, right? Okay, my start date was 15th of August. That's when my orientation started. And that was interesting. There was really nothing special. We learned the Longhorn song that I can't remember today, but I absolutely am a Longhorn, guys, and I love the school. But yeah, I can't remember it right now.
Okay, let me...
So more questions to you.
Yeah, so the question I wanted to ask, so now I remember the first time I got to my campus, I couldn't even video. It was just like, wow, am I really here? And you know, my own story is like deeper. It's like deep, you know, like with the pandemic, I came in the pandemic, like even when they weren't giving visas. So I remember just being like, wow, am I actually here? No, am I really in Cornell? I was even looking for like signboards that show, oh, welcome to Cornell, because I couldn't still believe it that I came. So how was it for you when you first saw your campus? The night you slept, where did you even sleep before you started renting this apartment? Because I remember
I had an Airbnb that was kind of close to here, actually. I could walk to the Airbnb I stayed at from my current apartment.
Oh, I see. No, I'm coming. I want to say something before and ask you another question. So the night I came here and I slept, I thought I wouldn't be able to sleep. And the next day, I woke up crying for some reason. I just woke up crying because I couldn't believe it. I just kept crying. I kept saying, thank you, Jesus, thank you. Because I couldn't still believe that I made it out to the US. So I don't know how deep yours was for you, but like the night you slept and woke up, how was it for you?
My first night here, my first night in my apartment. My first night in my apartment.
Here or Airbnb, wherever?
I mean, my first night in the US, I think it was pretty regular because school hadn't started. So everything was it just felt like break. And I was not in a different country. But my first night in my apartment, like when it really dawned on me that it was real, I was like, oh my God, I'm living by myself. I actually couldn't sleep that night. And I was sleeping on an air mattress. I know this might be TMI, but guys, when you get an unfurnished apartment, that's part of the perks. You're going to sleep on an air mattress for one night at least. And yeah, it was really uncomfortable. I was missing my parents. It was a lot though, but...
How old were you when you came to the US, by the way?
How old was I? I was 22.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 22, guys. I was 22. I wasn't young. I was actually an old man, but...
What?
That was my first time now living by myself. It was just something else. But yeah, it wasn't too emotional. I wasn't crying like tools, guys. Just so y'all know, I don't cry like tools.
Whatever. Okay. So now to the cocoa of this gist.
The meat.
Pearl, please be ready to like spill, please.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cry, guys.
So we all know how tough like the PhD journey is. PhD wasn't even something on the table for me because it's just like 5 years. Like what the heck? Like why?
It wasn't on my table.
Like why? Like why would I be given to so much research? And I'm sorry to say this, but I'm sorry to every other PhD guy. Like I find it hard, maybe because my final year project was on biofuels. Since then, because I had little or no results, like negligible production of my bioethanol, I do not believe in the research of things concerned with climate.
God.
Okay, I shouldn't. Please, I mean, they have told me not to be saying this in public, but I see. Like, I do not believe in the beauty of research anymore. Okay, no, I can't say I don't believe. I mean, I do believe, but it's really hard to like come to terms with, because I'm like, it never, at the end of the day, you do it for 5 years, what next? Is it ever implemented and all that? So what's your drive? I know now that you're on a PhD track, but tell us, how was the journey? So I've told my audience that you dropped out of PhD. So I want you to like describe from your resumption now till now, how you've been able to, work with your advisor, how you moved from a TA to a GRA, how you thought, okay, no, let me not give that away. How you dropped out, and please tell them your PhD. I want them to even know that, even like it happens to the best of you guys. Best of you guys who like finish the first class and all that. It happens to the best of you.
Definitely.
Like, how did you maneuver that, and what was God's role in all of this?
All of that, okay. So guys, I got here, and my first semester, I had 3 compulsory courses. Now, for the chemies out there, I'm going to tell you the 3 courses because y'all need to know. It was transport, thermo, and kinetics. The 3 pillars of Chem-E in one semester. I thought I was going to die. And honestly, I feel like some nights I did, but thankfully...
So who taught transport in CU?
Adeyo
and Anozie. Who taught thermo? What's this guy's name?
Udone.
And who else? Anayola.
And
then,
Ayola.
Then who taught? What's the last one?
Kinetics. Sani.
Fogler.
Sani, see,
Fogler's grandson.
Sani is actually my fave. So
shout out to you, Dr. Sani.
Dr. Sani is actually my big time fave. So
okay, this is a coming down to me inside joke for chemical engineering students.
Yeah, he's my we're each other's faves. Actually, we like each other so much. Anyway, so I had to do those 3 courses in one semester, and the requirement to keep on with the PhD was to have a minimum of a 3.0 GPA. Now that means that I had to have at least a B in all the courses, or even if I had like a B- in one of them, I had to like make up an A in the others. Unfortunately, at the end of that semester, I had 2 B- and a B, so I had a 2.78 GPA. Wow. And I received an email on the 19th.
I'm sorry, tell them what B is in raw score, because they need to know that we're out here. This is the thug life with these grades. In my school, like B is 80. Sorry, B is like, I think 86 to 90 or so. Like, tell them what's your B.
It's basically the same thing. Okay, no, I think a B here is like from the 70s, maybe 75 to 80. Mm-hmm. But like here, they even grade on a curve. So like it basically depends on the rest of the classes' grades. It's just wild, guys. It's just wild.
Yeah, it's a wild life.
It's just wild. So on 19th of December 2019, I got the email where, sorry, but you have been moved to the master's program because you were unable to meet up with the requirements. Or more.
That's an Omo there, right there.
That night, I was supposed to go to the Trail of Lights with my roommate and one of our course mates. I told her what happened, and I told her I wasn't going to be able to go. I thought I was going to sit in the house and cry. I didn't cry though. The next day, I had to see my graduate coordinator talk about the options I had moving forward. And as I got there, I just broke down in her office, and she was really like,
"She's white,
yeah, she's white.
She's white.
Ellie, I absolutely love Ellie. Ellie has been a blessing. Honestly, she has just been so amazing.
Even me, I owe her thanks.
Yeah. So I really, she was like, do you want a hug? Are you okay? It's like, I'm fine, Ellie, I'm fine. And I also had to leave Austin that day because I was supposed to go on vacation with my family in Florida. But yeah, so I cried, and then she told me that I had 3 options. I could either choose to leave completely if I didn't want to go on.
Leave where? Sorry.
Leave school. I could just go. That was an option if I didn't want to continue. Or I could continue on a master's track in the chemistry department, or I could move to a different department and do a PhD. So I was like, okay, I had a conversation with my advisor. My advisor is also a blessing. She has been a huge blessing in my life because I hear other people's experiences, but she accommodates them, and she's like, if you want to stay, you can stay and you can continue with your research. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. So I spoke to her, and she was like, you could move to the civil department, but the thing is that a master's in chemistry is more valuable right now if you think about it. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to stick with this and continue on a master's in chemistry. So my second semester, I had to take 3 courses, so that's 9 credit hours. I had to TA for 20 hours and TA to keep my tuition paid. And then I had to also do some research because I really still wanted to do a research, and I was choosing to be on the thesis track for a master's program as opposed to the course only track because I was thinking about getting a PhD again eventually.
What's the title of your thesis?
I don't have a thesis. I don't have a thesis title right now, guys.
But what's your research about?
My research is in air quality. So I deal with indoor and outdoor air quality. Yeah, basically, if I were to go into the inner details, you guys might get lost. But that's what I deal with, though. Just ask me your questions.
So you haven't also mentioned the blessing that you could still keep your funding.
That wasn't a blessing because
it wasn't a blessing.
Really? My funding, like in terms of my tuition, now came in form of a TA. Like I couldn't get tuition.
So even as a PhD with your fellowship and all that, you weren't TA.
No, I wasn't. I was a GRE.
So it was like a free ride. Like...
It wasn't a free ride because I was a GRE. Like my tuition was getting paid as a GRE. But when you're no longer a PhD student, you have to TA for that unless somebody is willing to employ you as a GRE.
Do you want to define what a TA is like?
So a TA is a teaching assistant. So you need to like help out professors with their classes, while a GRE is a graduate research assistant. And that's just you basically doing research for whatever lab you're working with. Which one pays more? They ideally pay the same thing, but for some reason, the GRA-ship pays more than the TA-ship for some reason.
$200 or so you said. Not really.
Yeah,
it depends.
Thereabouts. I really don't know the...
Yeah, I'm just like trying to give them all the deets. So like...
So that happened. So I had to TA for 20 hours, take 9 credit hours in courses, and also do research on my own time whenever I could. So that was, it was a lot, but like I was also low-key almost slipping into depression. So I had to work out and all that. Like I started working out because of that, which was fun. But then that happened. So I continued like that on my journey. Luckily, I'll never say luckily, by God's grace, because God had a huge hand to play in this. In summer, I got employed as a GRE. Yeah, I forgot to mention, at the end of that semester, I had a 4.0 GPA. So yeah, I got my mojo back.
Woo! Go girl, I knew you. You always had it in you. And you also have to shout out to our girl post.
Yeah, shout out to my girls that were constantly listening to all my tears because I cried a lot. Oh God, I was just crying. I cried.
Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. I mean, like I remember still when you told us that you might not be getting a PhD. I mean, I'll still be there calling you Dr. P. Dr. P.
Like
it was like I wasn't even. It hasn't hit me yet.
Oh my God! Having to tell everyone that I was no longer like doing a PhD.
Did you have to change your LinkedIn and all that?
I'd never really updated my LinkedIn prior to that. So I mean, I think I did, but then I had to like just a few changes because I wasn't like a PhD candidate yet. So like. Anyhow, all those things happened. It was just a lot having to tell people that, I'm now doing a master's and all. So
yeah, it was.
Yeah, because personally, I just like transparency.
I feel like dragging some other people.
Lol, why?
Like, because like some people's names start with the first letter of the alphabet. But let's not go into that. The person who like doesn't believe, and let me just drag anybody that does not believe in common university students. Let me just drag you.
Please, dear.
I'm dragging you by your shirt, by your trouser.
I know what she's talking about.
By your hair.
But yes,
because like, who do you think you are?
The comments I received, I got comments like, "Oh my God, like you're from Covenant University. I don't even know how you got here."
Hey,
you would think that everything that had happened to me wasn't enough.
I would have lost my own training.
I'm like destroying my confidence, and then people could still say such.
Like,
things
how
to
dare
me.
you? I haven't told them that. Why didn't they go and get into MIT? What nonsense!
Actually,
what nonsense!
I think at that point my core confidence was like in the gutter, so I couldn't even like muster a response. I just felt like it was true, so it was really worsening my whole situation. I dealt with a lot, guys, but yeah, I'm fine now. I'm fine.
Yeah, of course you are.
Mostly,
Dr. P.
Anyway, so yeah, my advisor employed me for the summer by God's grace, because it was God.
So she still had her money.
Yeah,
which was very key.
So yeah, because I was already thinking about how I wanted to survive. Internships, everything, rejection.
But you also have to shout out to your dad who told you that.
Yeah,
he will still be there to support you financially.
I mean, yeah, definitely. My daddy, you people know already. By now, you people should not love the man.
Yes, we all know.
But yeah, so, and then my next
And how do you
semester-
show appreciation to your parents? Like, for anytime you remember, I'm
Oh,
here
God.
because of them.
I
How do
honestly
you
don't
do
know.
that?
Sometimes I just tell them thank you. I feel like I really need to do something big and grand for them. I'm still trying to figure out what it is. Guys, please, suggestions. God bless.
But wait, even if you send dollars to your parents, do they need it?
I mean, exactly. That's the thing with monetary gifts and parents. They don't exactly need it. So you want to do something more
special,
thoughtful and all of that. And I've not been able to figure out what it is. But I need to do something because almost this life, very ephemeral.
Exactly.
They're just, so they need to know I love them. I need to know I'm grateful at some point.
Of
So
course.
yeah. And then, okay, after the summer semester, I wasn't doing any course. All I did was research that period. And then I moved into my last semester, which was the fall 2020 semester. So this would be my third semester in my master's program that should have been 4 semesters. So during that semester, I was talking to my advisor. We still had regular meetings, and she was like, I don't know what your plan is, and I don't want to make you stay here, but I just wanted to suggest that you could reapply to the Chemi program if you want. And just reapply, and we'll see what happens from there. And then, funny enough, at the start of that semester, she became the grad advisor. And it became so much, I won't say easier, but she could tell me a lot of things that were like, okay, these are the things that we're thinking about. So consider doing this. Yeah, consider doing this. So I decided to reapply to the program. So I reapplied to UT Austin. I reapplied to the Chemi program.
As what? Master's, PhD?
For a PhD. I reapplied to the PhD Chemi program. And in December, like 5th, December 5th of 2020, I got a message that my application had been cancelled, guys. Cancelled. What does that even mean? I remember that was the first thought that got past me, like, what does cancelled even mean? So I started sending emails. I sent an email to her. I sent an email to the graduate coordinator, sent an email to the recruitment advisor, because they had all encouraged me to reapply, right? And then my application was cancelled. And then on Tuesday after that week, I think that was like the 8th or something, I got a chance to speak with our graduate coordinator, and she was like, oh, well, your application was cancelled because apparently you're still in the PhD program. So there was no reason for you to reapply. And all of this just happens to be an internal issue that we have to resolve. So, guys.
So, why were you still on the PhD program? Was it because of your 4.0 you now got after, or?
No. I was still on the PhD program because officially they had to, like, file to move me to the master's program, but, like, that document wasn't filed for some reason.
Say it like you told us. She what?
That document wasn't filed for some reason.
Because what? Oh.
That document wasn't filed for some reason. And, I mean, that worked out well for me, so I'm not complaining.
I was trying to force Pearl to say the original reason, but apparently that's not professional to say, so we will say that. Yeah.
I feel like right now you guys should know a lot about your host, but yeah.
What do you mean know a lot about my about their
that
host?
She's very honest and candid and amazing.
Oh, no, because I feel like, you know, I was saying what, like, if we don't say what it is, I mean, if it's me, I'll be curious on the other end. But the whole point is, like, it felt like an act of God. Because it's just
felt like, guys, it really was, because
like, why won't they file that, you know?
Yeah, like, how did they forget? Or how wasn't that filed? Or how didn't they know that they were supposed to officially file that? And then they were like, because this is the first time we have a case where the person that this happened to is considering coming back to the PhD program. And the reason why they really told me to reapply to the program, they were like, we've really been impressed by the way you've handled this entire situation. You stayed here, you stuck by everything, despite everything that happened, and that was just so impressive, and we would really love to keep you here. And I was just like, what? And it's funny because a lot of times I was just like, I'm not doing enough, guys. Oh my God. These people would be like, this is the reason why she's no longer in PhD program. So to hear them say all of that was just like, wow, okay. So I was really doing the thing, guys.
And so that now they will come and be saying, oh, it's racism. It's this. I hate people like, okay, let me explain myself. Like, victimize themselves. Like, if anything happened, they'll be like, oh, maybe it's because I'm not this. I'm not, you know, like, people who just, like, instead of, like, looking within, they just automatically blame it on poor white people.
No, aside from that, like there were,
Okay, I know that happens. Like, no offense, but
that definitely
happens like in real life.
Yeah, aside from that, like I used to feel like I had ruined opportunities for people like me coming after me because I didn't like prove that we could do the do. But you know,
what's do? Please, what's do? What's that?
What the do is?
We don't know. I beg of you.
Not
do the do, like do the work.
Do
the
work.
hard work.
That do is the work, guys.
Even the do is hard work, but like the do, like PhD. Oh my goodness, what is this? Okay, no. Oh my goodness, Lord Jesus. Okay, but like the hard work of like PhD, the whole grind and grit.
Yeah, like yes, like
yes, that's.
I have the grades to like do the research and all of that. So yes, guys, that's my story. If you would like to know more, I guess you can reach out to me. I could tell you more. But yeah, basically, this is what happened. It was a journey. It was interesting. It was a lesson. And I really thank God for the fact that I knew God during this season. And
I was going to ask like how you were able to deal with depression.
Oh yeah, prayers. Like I had a word throughout that year, and it was from Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. And it was trusting Lord with all your heart, depend not on your own understanding, seek his will in all that you do, and he will show you what path to take.
Amen to that.
And I mean, I feel like I held on to that, not really knowing.
Wait, is that Proverbs 3 verse 5
yeah,
to 6?
Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. I really held on to that, not really knowing how it was relevant to my own situation. I felt like it was very irrelevant sometimes, but it really showed itself. Like the path to take clearly became apparent, because how did this path open back up? I really thought that initially me getting out of PhD was him trying to put me back on my path. But I remember my recruitment advisor told me that this is just a bump in the road. It's just a detour. You're still going to get to where you wanted to be initially. And I just saw all of that manifest, and God was really amazing. My friends, huge support system. Jeez, these guys. Every day, guys, I'm unhappy.
You're happy? Why?
No, like I used to tell you guys now that I was not happy, and like they were really there for me. My
Let's
family.
shout out to them. Shout out to Faith.
Shout out Faith.
Bolu.
She called me Faith at the start of the. I know you guys heard it because I always tell her. You call me Faith.
What? Really? Okay. Shout out to Faith.
Shout out to Faith. Bolu,
Ofre,
to Maureen, to
shout
Tools,
out.
of course. But Tools is here. I've been shouting her out since she came here.
Yeah.
Facts.
What? Oh yes, no, I will say it. Yes, you're being a good host.
Oh
yes,
gosh,
yes.
guys.
Yes, I did this first time I'm eating like coconut rice. Aside my secondary school coconut rice.
And what are your comments? She has eaten it twice.
Yeah, with shrimps.
Finished all the chicken, guys.
Well cooked chicken. Wow. And just for
shout out to my roomie Deidre for the recipe for the chicken.
Yes, and just in case, let's just be benevolent and share the tip. Cook your chicken at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours, right?
Yes. Low and slow. Marinated too, guys. Marinated.
Low and slow, yeah.
Yeah.
Extra tip. Okay. So yeah, that's the story, guys. We're ahead of our time, but I mean, if you made it to this part, then I'm happy. Thank you so much for staying tuned.
Guys.
So that's just full proof that to me that story feels. I know then when we say we'll be like, all things happen for a reason, all those kind of talk.
You just say it to console yourself.
Exactly. But somehow, there's some things that actually happen that make you really now know that my confidence, like my strength, the scripture that says battle is not to the
weak.
No, it's not to the strong or something like that. Or like, look at us, Bible students. That's one of my favorite scripture. Ecclesiastes 9 also. Something that talks about how the race is not to the swift, the battle is not to the strong. Like, it just makes you remember. I mean, God does not want to put you down, but how you never see the future and how he just works out everything for your good. To me, that's one of my beautiful parts of being God's friend, just
guys.
like he always has your back, even at the end of the day. And even if you didn't get back on the PhD track, you'd still be sure that there was still something ahead for you.
I was so sure. Like, one thing I remember, I just told him, what's the lesson you want me to learn from this experience? Because why is it happening? Look at me. It's not like I'm not smart. So this must be happening for a reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, like just trust God. It takes you places, guys.
Our mantra, trust God.
Just trust Him.
And yeah, so what has your job application history been like so far? Like, we know that...
Are we really talking?
that we know that... No, we're being candid here, girl.
Okay,
we know
guys.
that when you dropped out of the PhD program, you started trying to apply for jobs because you were like, when I'm done with my master's, what's going to happen? So what has your job application process been like?
Geez, guys, it has been a bumpy road. Let me just tell you, the amount of rejections I've gotten, a lot. But I think my most memorable experience would be with McKinsey. It was amazing. The recruitment process, amazing. Even if like I didn't get employed, and it was a huge blow for me. But it was such a beautiful journey. Like I would just say, whenever you're recruiting, just enjoy the process. Like I feel like people say these things even when you're applying to schools. Enjoy the process. There's really nothing like the process of making applications and exploring the different things that you could possibly do.
You learn more about yourself.
You learn more about yourself. You learn more about things. Like you'd be surprised how much knowledge you come out of the experience with. I forgot, we didn't even shout out Masters Prep.
Yes.
Masters Prep
It's a voluntary organization.
NGO. It's kind of like it's like non-profit. Yeah, it's a non-profit, and it's geared towards like helping Nigerians that want to apply for masters or grad school in general.
Well, let's put it in the right context. Actually, so it was founded by two Common University Eagles actually. And what it was like, shout out to your Okaman. It was just like, oh, you're going for masters, and like Covenant is like a closing school, even though we're less than 10,000, and the engineering school we shall know ourselves. And so it was like, oh, you're applying, come and join the group chat. Oh, you're applying, join the group chat. And then it was just a community that gingered you to keep your goal in view and be like, oh, I must get into this school. And so that was it for us. We are part of the group. We eventually became admins.
We kind of founded it. Like we all were there through the beginning process, and our learning process really helped us to like guide other people not to make the same mistakes that we made, which were a lot, to be sincere, but
just to give extra tips.
And just a few more tips. So shout out to Masters Prep.
There's something I want to bring up from your recruiting, the feedback they gave you.
Oh.
Do you want to share that? For like engineering students who might be recruiting to McKinsey.
I mean, I won't share the feedback, but I will share some valuable advice.
Yes, ma.
Prepare, like, I feel like people really underestimate consulting recruitment. It's wild. It's really wild, guys. It's a lot. So just be very prepared. Like, don't underestimate how much time you're going to need to prepare for it. You don't need to practice 1,000,001 cases like a lot of books suggest, sincerely. But you need to practice the skills that you need to solve cases. So even if you're practicing just 10, make sure that you know exactly what you're doing. You don't need to memorize things, but just know exactly what you're doing. Practice your math, practice your structuring,
business cases.
Even the business cases, they're not absolutely necessary. Just like practice how to think in a structure, even for life. Like I feel like knowing how to think like that in life helps you generally with those cases. So practice. In case I've not said it enough, practice. And don't practice mindlessly. Like hone your skills. Pick one skill and sharpen it until you know that I'm actually really good at this thing right now, and I can move to the next thing.
So I don't think I've officially mentioned this episode at 10 Cornell. So I took a course taught by Professor Randy Allen, first female partner at Deloitte ever, and she would always like tell us how to think like analytically and all that. So I remember even recruiting for the Big Red Consulting, which was in school, which is like a internship taking with credit and all that. And I remember I didn't get in because my recruiter gave me feedback that I did not think with the business skills required for a business, something like that. Because they asked me, with the pandemic, like in Ithaca, all we have is probably like the snow rink, ice skating rink or something. So it's like, what do you suggest for the business now that there's the pandemic, like since like they can't no longer do indoor skating or something? I don't remember exactly. I think I was giving the engineering where I was saying things like they should check climate for when snow is coming. I was like saying so many science, and she was like, you were not thinking like business wise. So that's something to look out for engineering students. So just to wrap up in the next like 10 minutes, I'm just going to ask you some fun questions. Okay, now you mentioned fitness, like staying fit, which helped you during the depressing times. So what else do you do for fun?
Oh,
like in
guys.
America, how do you live your best life, girl? When you're not
Guys.
PhDing and GRAing or TAing.
Actually.
Yeah.
Guys, so in case I didn't mention, I feel that I did. I'm in Texas, and I think before I came here, I didn't realize how amazing Texas was. Everything you want to find is here. So let me go back myself.
Wait, sorry, what do you mean everything?
Every kind of landscape you want to find
What's
is
landscape?
here. I'm coming now.
Sorry. Okay.
I don't know. I didn't think that there were beaches in Texas, which is very silly of me because there's oil here. So that means there's water somewhere.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I've just been going around Texas, especially with the pandemic. Like, there's really nothing you can do. A lot of things are outdoors. Like, the things you can do are outdoors. So I've been going around Texas. I've been to South Padre Island with my roommates. Oh, jeez. If not for that girl, I really would be inside my room doing nothing. But yeah, she's amazing, in case I didn't mention that. But yes, I've been to South Padre Island. I've been to the hill country where they brew wine. I've done this or that with my friend Tolu.
Well, no, we're here to record that.
But
So I'm going to do it for this episode.
Yeah. What?
Yes.
Okay. So I've just like explored around Texas. Like, just use your car, drive. If you have a car, drive around.
If you don't have a car,
if you don't have a car, depending
budget
on where
your
you
bus
are,
fees.
you can budget bus fees. You can also hike. People like that. I've never actually gone hiking before.
I know when we came here.
It's face because she's in Austin. Everybody hikes here, but yeah.
Exactly. But there's something important. You know, yesterday when we went out, like the bus ticket lasts for 24 hours. If I were living in Austin, Texas, I would plan my outing so that my bus ticket will not waste. Like, I will plan it that, okay, I'm going to take, that's the only Jebu part of me, but like,
You guys know Tolu is a planner. So
it's like, if I'm going to go out today, since it's 24 hours, I will plan it today, tomorrow. It must not waste. I cannot use it for only one outing. It's not still paying me that bus ticket was only for one place we went to. But it's okay.
On that time, we entered bus 3 times because I missed my way.
Yeah, and it lasts, and bus ticket here in Austin, Texas, right? Lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah, 24
so,
hours.
I mean, if you don't have a car,
Yeah, you can use the bus. Yeah, just hike. There's so many fun things.
Right?
Austin is also a great place just in case you want to come here for school. Just hit me up.
Okay.
Hit me up, guys.
So yeah, you're going to share. In fact, just share now, like where would you be most accessible?
You can find me on LinkedIn. My name on LinkedIn is Pearl Abue, PearlAbue. You can find me on Instagram for y'all. My handle there is also Pearl_Abue. You can find me on Twitter. My handle
My sister
there
is Twitter. Thanks.
Twitter, guys. Sorry, before
Whatever.
for me accent, but it's still Twitter, Sha. Like, it's Twitter.
It's okay. Yes.
So you can find me on Twitter at Abue_P. I honestly have like an academic account, but I can't remember it right now. Anyway,
What do you mean academic account?
like an account where I follow all the academia people because my original Twitter account has so much amebo going on there, so it's just disappear.
Yeah. So the question.
So you can find me on those places. Just send me a DM and don't do that hi and wait for me to reply hi back. Just say hi, go straight to the point. I don't think it's rude.
Me too.
It's pretty sharp and I can give you your answers.
Exactly. No need for small talk. Like, let's get to the
just
point.
tell me what you want. I'm gonna help you out. I don't mind it. So see you guys.
So we have talked about your financial life, your spiritual life quite. Okay, we haven't really talked about, at least we know that you're a woman of faith.
Oh God.
We have spoken about your physical life. So you do fitness sometimes, or you run fitness programs with your friends. Shout out to Lade.
Ooh, shout out to Lade for keeping me fit.
We've talked about I think you know how to process your mental health, because I know every time like social media annoys you, you just take a break or unfollow people or mute them and all that. But now to the part. So what has your dating life been like?
Oh my God.
Yes, I'm going to drag you into that. You know, I'm serious. Let's be honest. Like, most people who are listening to this also fear. Oh no, I mean, most of you might have relationships you still keep from Nigeria or from other places. But I know now, like, a lot of us use Tinder, Hinge.
Oh, please don't use Tinder as the ghetto. Apparently, Hinge is also the ghetto. But guys,
what else they use? Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. Yeah, I know. Like, that is also a theme for some people.
Bumble for the ladies.
Gosh. But like, for some of us, or for some people who are concerned, like, oh, I'm not going to actually meet a nice person, a nice guy, a nice girl. What has your dating life been like? Having able to stay sane, having able to figure out your love life, or is your love life right now hinged on God and finding out?
Hinged on God.
I mean, that is
What do you mean
valid.
by that?
Like for me, I think for my spiritual work is I want to discover the love of God first. So I mean, so there's going to come a point in my life where God is going to actually be my boyfriend.
Okay.
For
I
some
think
time.
I've passed through. I think I've passed through
Yeah,
that.
I haven't gotten there yet. Yeah.
So I mean, the one thing I can really say to you guys is to go out. Like, don't be in your house and expect to meet anyone. So go out. 1, 2, be open-minded.
Host get-togethers at
Host
your house.
get-togethers at your house. Host
I know you
game
did that.
nights. Yeah, me and my roommate, mostly hers though. We hosted one game night with the Nigerian students here. That was really cool. So host game nights, go out, join organizations. Like, I won't say put yourself out there with the mindset to meet someone, but the truth is, if you don't put yourself out there, like, to just experience things, you're not going to meet anyone.
I agree.
So yeah, like,
Be intentional about meeting people.
be intentional about meeting, like, not just for romantic relationships, like, just like to meet people,
To know friends.
you find so many
And so that they
amazing
can
people.
invite you to their weddings. Like,
Yes.
that's so important to me.
Yes, guys.
I love to attend weddings.
Yes,
but yeah.
guys, so that you can go to some weddings, because we love to get dressed up.
Yeah.
So do that. Recently though, because I've been trying to, because of the pandemic, actually, guys, I got on Hinge. That has been an interesting experience. Nothing really fruitful has come out of that, but it has been
Don't lie.
fun.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
What do you mean by don't lie?
There's something almost fruitful.
What is there anything actually fruitful?
Okay, if you say
there have
so.
been interesting people, nice friendships mostly that are blossoming from Hinge. But yeah, just do that. Like, go out. Don't stay in your house. Nothing happens in the house there. Guys.
So, okay, last thing. Any advice for people coming to UT Austin, Texas?
It's hot when it's hot.
Sorry, how is that? Like,
It's just prepare for the heat. I think it's quite. Anyway, people say that if it's not Lagos sun, at least we can do.
Yeah.
But for coming here,
any advice to anyone applying here? You know,
Yeah. Applying for
no
the
matter the
application
department.
process. I would say be as authentic as you can be. Of course, people are interested in knowing about your academic successes, but people also want to know that you're a person outside of your academics. So always make sure you project that part of yourself. Reach out to people when you have questions. Connect with people on LinkedIn. If you're coming here for a PhD, connect with the professors. Look at professors and be sure that you're really interested in the research that they have going on, and don't just come here blindly. If you're coming for a PhD, I mean, I know a lot of people come for a PhD with the mindset of what they want to do, but be open-minded when you get here and be ready to explore different things. Like, there are so many research things you can explore that are just so amazing. You would be so, like, oh God, I can't even explain. Research is so interesting when you hear what people do, the innovations. So come here with an open mind, ready to dip into anything and make magic. In summary.
Thank you. Make magic. Again, make magic. That's fine. Okay. If you know
what you're saying.
Please use actual words, sis. This is an academic platform.
Yeah, okay, guys.
Okay, so to wrap up, so we're supposed to do a TikTok video, but I haven't been feeling up to it, but I'm going to ask you those questions instead. So let's go 1 minute or less than 1 minute drill.
Okay.
Lipstick or lip gloss?
Lip gloss.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Please, help me to shout out to me that brought coffee from you.
Oh, Toast brought me Nescafe 3-in-1.
See you guys.
Please, if you're coming here to bring for me, I'm never ashamed.
They were laughing at me that I don't have space in my box. But still, these are packing for my friends. So much love, so much love.
I love the love.
So, single or taken?
Single.
So single.
Very single.
Desperately single.
Maybe when this... In fact, no. Single, dears.
Oh, no. Okay, no, let's not reveal that. Yes.
It fits.
Let's
Maybe in fact, single.
But you can prophesy. Feel free to prophesy.
Taken in Jesus' name.
Yes,
by the
girl.
time this podcast comes out.
Amen
guys.
to
in
that.
case you're looking for me, you know where to find me.
Money or love?
Love.
Ooh. No, but you told me it was hard to choose.
You can get, because you can have both love and money.
Yeah, why do you have to choose, right?
Yes, why do you have to choose one when you can have both?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Beards or no beards?
Beards.
Definitely. Slim or... No, let's not do that. I was going to say slim or plump. It's so funny. What are the euphemisms they use for fat these days? Plus size, oversize, plump. What's the euphemism they use for short?
I don't know. Petite?
Not so tall. Tall or short?
Tall. Okay. Taller than me. I'm quite short, guys.
Homebody or going out body, whatever that is.
Oh my god, homebody though.
So much for the advice to go out. So much.
I go out when I absolutely need to. Absolutely need to. I do go out.
K-drama, that's Korean drama or American drama?
K-drama, guys, you need all the feels. You need to feel the feels.
Yeah, I agree. Like, Korean drama has a stronger storyline. Thanks to Pearl, and shout out to you, Neme. I now watch Crash Landing on You. I recommend it any day, anytime, because it just shows me the beauty of the Korean culture. Maybe not the beauty, but the depth. Whatever. Movies or series?
Series.
Tolu or Bolu?
What?
Bolu, I'm coming for your friendship with Pearl. Shout out to you both.
Tolu and Bolu, guys.
Okay, nice. No, it's fine, no feelings. So we're big women. If you choose Bolu, that's fine. Jesus will always be my friend. I always tell you guys that. So you guys know, for as many of you who keep squad, you know that there are always still the two people who are closest than the other. We're a group of 6, right?
Yes.
Or 5. There are always still like mini friendships in between. So just always know your place.
Why you want us to combine you as well? Please,
no, I'm not like combine, but like it's valid advice. I mean, because there's some people that take friendship so pee. But oh well, whatever. So thank you so much for listening to the end of this podcast. I'm so proud of you if you made it to the end. So this was Pearl. I'm so happy. Thank you so much for coming on this
so excited
show.
To be here, guys.
I can't wait to release it. So, but I'm thinking, I'm a master's student. Should I release PhD first or not? But whatever, we'll figure it out. Thank you so much. Thank you. So
bye,
please
guys.
make sure to listen,
yes,
share, subscribe, and rate.
Follow on Spotify.
Yeah.
Rate on Apple Podcasts.
Rate everywhere.
Rate everywhere that needs it.
Send it to all your PhD friends.
Oh gosh, yes. Share it on Twitter.
Yes. And what else?
Send it to me. Make sure you at me when you listen to it, and add tools too.
Yeah, on Twitter I am at Tolu Olukomi. And when you listen to this, if you have more questions about UT Austin, send an email to the non-immigrant student at gmail.com. Yeah, and of course, like the non-immigrant, there's no hyphen or anything. Non and immigrant, double M. Yeah, so just send it to the non-immigrant student at gmail.com, or follow us on Instagram, the non-immigrant student, and let me know if you have any questions. Please engage with the podcast and let me know what you enjoyed most about this. Also, let me know what more you'd like to hear. I have so many guests planned out. I just need the right time to be able to invite them here. If you need, just let me know anything you need to know about studying abroad. Yeah, so I will hook you up. Trust me. I know people.
I want connected.
Is that a song?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It might be a song by the time it comes out.
Whatever. Signing out, guys. Bye.